Welcome to the Church of Thomas. Taxes, 61209. Jesus told us to pay Caesar the taxes that were owed. Well, I recently had an experience of trying to pay my dues to Caesar, and these barriers were wrong. A lot of y'all have seen me struggling with the idea of getting my taxes done, when basically I was trying to figure out which form was going to be best for me. In the past, I've gone to the library or to the post office and basically gotten a sampling of the forms that I needed, and basically did the calculations on each individual one, figured out what was best, and then did that form that was the best. I was willing to do it. I'm more than happy to pay my taxes. But the barriers that were put up here in Tyler were extraordinary. Libraries do not have the forms. The post office does not have the forms. After some calling around and trying to figure it out, I did find out that the IRS had an office here, and I thought, oh, wonderful, I'll be able to go get the forms. Their office hours basically are the same ones that I have to be at work. Now this is ironic because I wouldn't have to pay taxes if I weren't working. So this is something wrong here. Then I decided, okay, I'll go online. I heard that there was an IRS location online that I could print out forms. And I thought, great, no problem. I can spend the money on the paper and the ink. And so I went online and I went to the website. And it said forms, and I thought, cool, got it, no problem, here we go. So I went to the forms, and I looked. There were a lot of instruction booklets, but no real forms. There weren't packets of instructions with the form. Basically, there was nothing that I needed. And since I didn't know exactly which informational forms I needed, hey, I couldn't even print them out. So pretty irritated by this time. Then they had a phone number. It took going through 4 or 5 more hoops before I could find the phone number, but I did find it. When I found it, lo and behold, they had office hours. They didn't say what time zone they were in, and basically I never seemed to be able to catch them in. It took about 3 weeks of trying. Now, if I had been one of the average people who pays their taxes, who basically says, okay, I know I'm going to owe something, I'm not even going to figure this out until April 13th, with the taxes due April 15th, they wouldn't have been able to get it done, even though they were willing to pay Caesar. When I did get the forms, it turned out that the simplest of the forms and the instruction booklet worked out for me, because I didn't have enough deductions. I wasn't rich enough to have had enough deductions to make it worthwhile to go with the itemized form. That's fine with me. But it would have been so much simpler if Caesar had provided me with the information I needed in a timely manner without jumping through hoops. What if I had 2 jobs? I would never have gotten these forms. I would have had to go to another city to try and find these forms. What if I didn't have a car? I wouldn't have been able to even do that. When government sets up a tax idea and then makes more hoops to jump through, it creates a situation where people are less likely to comply with the rules, even when they desire to follow the rules. Just a little bit of information. I looked this up. Apparently, our government of the United States of America started out with a flat tax. Probably not real fair, but it was applied. After that, they had amendments added on. and different deductions you could take, and different things that you could do to avoid paying taxes, and deductions of all sorts. Each edition did not amend or delete anything that came before. The tax laws are now over 1,000 pages long. Unless basically you're unemployed or in the tax profession, you don't have time to read all that. So there are bound to be things that you could take as deductions that you'll never know about because you can't afford a tax preparer. I am asking the US legislature, our Congress, and our Senate to please develop a way of deleting some of the outdated ideas. To have it so long is creating barriers to people paying Caesar. And then you complain why. We complain about all the taxes we pay for your salaries. Fix it. God bless the whole world. No exceptions. Angel Eliza.